The astrology of March 2025 fortune is a little bit of a bumpy ride, y'all. I am not gonna lie to you. We have 2 eclipses, 2 retrogrades, and the entry of Neptune later in Aries. So we got a lot of movement going on in the cosmos behind the scenes here. Venus and Mercury retrograde are going on, so it is a little bit of a rocky, bumpy ride here. But if you want to know a shameless secret, it's going to get better by when? Mid-April, y'all. So this is a time for me to give you the astrologic tea when it comes to what is going on in the background with the stars in store. So if you're new here, smash that subscribe button. Always hit the like button and let me know how you're feeling about the astrology. What up, y'all? Shameless Squad. I am shamelessly sexy Jackie. Here, she, hers are my pronouns. I'm a certified sex therapist turned sexual confidence coach, as well as psychic medium channeler. I make videos about astrology, tarot, and spiritual and mental wellness here, as well as sexual wellness to boost. So make sure to hit subscribe so you always know what content I have in store for you. If you are new here, what we will do is we're going to go through the week-to-week monthly astrology in order to kind of get a day-to-day breakdown, understand what's going on here. I also make shorts on my shorts tab here for daily astrology every single day for the collective horoscope here, just based on what I think is important for you to know. And we will be breaking this down week to week. We will go over your rising sign, y'all, of what you can expect this March here. And then we will pull a tarot card overall to see what messages Spirit just has for us at the end here. So grab a cup of tea, water, whatever it is, baby, because we are going to be here for a hot minute or two, boo. Pause this or watch this as much as you need for the March 2025 astrology fortune here. So let's talk about it. On Saturday, March 1st, a new month kicks off with Venus retrograde here. So this is a cosmic event that will bring delays, anything related to love, money, values, self-esteem, beautification. Really think twice about cosmetic procedures during this time here. I don't recommend getting your hair cut, surgeries, anything like that. However, Venus retrograde is an excellent time to work on sex, relationships, love, everything like that when it comes to for yourself and relationships, or even creatively. How do I find healing in this or create from this energy, maybe from past wounds that could have been really harmful? How do I share my story, my message, and put it out there for the universe here? If there's an artistic project that you're really looking forward to, maybe schedule some time for you creatively. Pick that back up if it's gathering dust and revisit it. You might get the second chance also of the one that got away. I always recommend, though, with Venus retrograde specifically, be mindful of people coming around and love bombing you. That is the energy, boo. And really contemplate whether or not that is the right person or people for you, and really focus on giving yourself the time until after Venus retrograde to gain clarity on the situation. Go within, again, seek coaching, seek therapy, seek help for these if you need that at all during this time. Sometimes a community of people can be a great tool in your toolbox here. Sunday, March 2nd, this is a great day to get projects off the ground. Use this energy to channel your passion and start the month off on a productive note here. Then we have the full first week of March here, the 3rd to the 9th. This week is going to feel very vibrant and exciting, but pace yourself, okay? Definitely take breaks. On Tuesday, March 4th, sudden opportunities could arise, so be ready to act. This is something where the moon conjoins with Uranus, which is just exciting. It's surprise opportunities, it's surprise breakthroughs, it's surprise things that are coming in. The evening vibes on this day are really perfect for fun and celebrating Mardi Gras. Wednesday, March 5th, you could establish yourself as a thought leader or visionary today, so share your ideas with confidence. The stars in the sky support that. On Thursday, March 6th, do not, however, overextend yourself to other people. With the moon in Gemini squaring the sun and Saturn in Pisces, distractions and overthinking might throw you off track. The moon in Gemini, if you know, you know. If you have it, I've said this before on my channel here, we get those chatty Cathys, literally. Maybe your name's Kathy and you're watching this. But this is something where when you have these people and they're chat, and they don't that could really cause some distractions here. So maybe be heads down at work on this day. With it scoring the sun and Saturn in Pisces, this could be a lot of creative blockages, some frustration here overall. On Friday, confusion is also in the air too. We have a lot of quincunxes in the sky on Friday, March 7th here, so avoid making any major decisions on this day as well. Saturday, March 8th, the moon, however, does conjoin with Mars. This is a great time to give you a burst of energy, as well as emotional and sexual intimacy and connections too. So this is useful for physical activities, knocking out tasks, as well as romances in the air. So keep things fun, light, and even during Pisces season, something creative and romantic could be really good. Then we have Sunday, March 9th, creativity flows effortlessly. This is a day to stay spontaneous and let art or relaxation just take over your day. The self-care tip for week 1 is focus on closure or rekindling past romantic connections. Again, I also say wait till Venus retrograde is over, but dive into creative projects that once lit your life on fire. I also previously talked about the Astrology 2025 fortune forecast year, important dates, especially when it comes to sex, relationships. And this is one where I did discuss Venus retrograde, so definitely go back and watch that video. Maybe I'll pin it in the comments below too. And week 2, let's talk about it. So March 10th to the 16th, Monday to Wednesday are perfect for heart-to-heart conversations here with a partner or loved one. We have Venus retrograde makes it easier to resolve misunderstandings from the past and strengthen foundations in relationships. I also would recommend this in any type of relationship, friendships, family members, loved ones, work colleagues, whatever. On Monday, March 10th, this is a great day to be vulnerable and vulnerability and have honest talks. Lean into the moon and Leo's bold, loving energy. Moon in Leo is a great time to be confident, assert yourself, move forward. My partner's got a Leo moon, and honestly, he has helped me over the years become more and more confident just from that one placement in his chart and how he shows up. And shamelessly sexy means shamelessly honest, because the number one thing we are attracted to is confidence, and confidence comes from honesty within ourselves here, okay? Tuesday, March 11th, Mercury retrograde enters Mercury is beginning to enter the pre-shadow phase of the retrograde and the storm. Hold off on starting anything new here. Instead, review your current plans, jot things down, creative ideas here overall. I want to double check when Mercury actually does go retrograde, because I believe it is Friday, March 14th here. And this is something where, yes, you're feeling the pre-shadow of the energy in the retrogrades. For a lot of people, it's 3 days before. For other people, it is over the couple weeks before and after pre-shadow and then post-shadow when it comes to Mercury retrograde. It does happen specifically on Friday the 14th. We'll talk about that a little bit more, but just hold off on starting anything new. Think about things that could be really good for your current plans and jot down creative ideas for later. On Wednesday, March 12th, the moon in Virgo loves structure here. So this is a great time to cross things off the to-do list, be it personally, professionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, but stick to small, achievable tasks to avoid overwhelm here. And then Thursday and Friday, we have the full moon coming around, the lunar eclipse from Thursday to Friday, the 13th and the 14th here, which is in Virgo, which really highlights the importance of letting go of micromanaging tendencies, be it with yourself or others. I saw this, I don't remember who it was. I think it was another astrologer on one of their videos, what they said. If I remembered their name, y'all, I would share it with you, I promise. I don't, though, who I was watching. They said nobody likes to be micromanaged here overall. So this is something where you might have to let go of certain things. Maybe a manager is micromanaging you at work, and maybe you're dealing with that. And this is a pivotal point with the lunar eclipse in Virgo to release that. And this is trusting your intuition and focusing on a bigger picture here. Mercury retrograde officially begins on Friday, the 14th. So use this time to review and refine rather than starting fresh new projects here. This is not the time to sign any contracts. There could be travel delays, so always plan extra time here, but don't put anything new on your plate here. Retrogrades are not about adding. They are about releasing, going within, letting go, and doing your own introspective work during this time. Over the weekend, March 15th to the 16th, there could be some romantic confusion that could arise. Saturday's better for socializing with friends than romantic partnerships. And this is something where Sunday, it really brings more laziness in the air with the stars. So you might need some time to rest, recharge your mind, your body. Will thank you later for this, because there's a lot of quincunxes in the sky. We avoid course moon, but that's early on in the morning. And this is something where the moon is in Libra. And when the moon is in Libra and there's quincunxes in the sky, it's good luck kind of energy getting anything done. We've had this before throughout this year already in the other videos. videos and upcoming later on this year in 2025. So be gentle on yourself when the moon is in Libra. And I say these astrology videos when it is quincunxing anything, or there's confusions, or there's oppositions, or it's squares. These are just going to be harder days energetically based off the stars. So definitely take more time for yourself here and give yourself grace and self-compassion and patience. Self-care tip for week number 2 is focus on lingering any lingering romantic issues for those that are in partnerships or even friendships or relationships out there, family members, loved ones. Just talk about them, be vulnerable, and avoid any major decisions or new commitments over the weekends. Like, clear your schedule, especially Sunday here. Saturday is much better again for friendships, everything like that, seeing friends, whatever. But if you're meeting friends up, Mercury retrograde, plan for more time, baby. Let's talk about week 3 here overall. Okay, let me grab some more water. On March 17th through the 23rd, this is week 3, and we do have the astrological new year starting in Aries season. So happy birthday to my Aries babies out there. What are you doing for your birthday? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to support you. Let's get some Aries emojis going here. Thank you, Aries, for your bold action, how fun you are, and how you just take the lead on certain things, and how even if you don't always feel confident in taking the lead on certain things, you still try. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons that you give to the collective energy, is the beauty of always trying and taking things and trying things and adding all these different types of ways to try to do new things in life in order to try to make things work out, or just to even say, tried it and it didn't work here, okay? Let's talk about this. Monday through Wednesday, there's a lot of challenging aspects in the sky, especially Monday. We still have quincunxes going on. The moon shifts into Virgo here, but we also have it squaring Pluto in Aquarius here. Virgo likes rules, structure. Aquarius is like, let me know the rules to bend them and like maybe challenge them, change them. This could be some death, rebirth, transformation. This could be challenging a loved one or a mother here with the Virgo moon overall. But it is at a square, so it is an opportunity to manage conflict, is what I will say with that one. On Tuesday, we've got some quincunxes in the sky still going on, as well as some trines. So it's kind of balanced out energies, but it's something where just, again, stick to the routine here. Virgo likes the routine. You will feel more accomplished, more tasks. Emotional wounds could resurface during this time, so it is a great time for healing and deep connection. Especially more so moving into Wednesday of this week, because we have this day. It's good for deep experiences, creativity, as well as taking some time to keep working on the projects you've already started. We've got the Scorpio moon now here. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Scorpio moon. I think I said Virgo moon, y'all. So my bad. I'm a human, not perfect. YOLO. But we have the Scorpio moon making nothing but lovely aspects on this day, as you will probably be awake. Beautiful, gorgeous trines in the skies and conjunctions overall, as well as sextiles. So this is a really good time to keep using the momentum, keep things going, and focusing on anything that could have been any wounding patterns, maybe from a mother here. Moon in Scorpio typically represents really harsh placements astrologically in a birth chart. When we move through these energies, there could be some frustration, but now might be the time to heal anything with a motherly figure. Even if it's not a mom, it could be a motherly figure, caregiver, something of that sort here. And for some of you, this could also be someone that you look up to, a superior, anything like that as well. On Thursday, we have the spring equinox here, International Astrology Day, and the sun entering Aries overall, depending on where you are at in the world here. But this is a time to reflect on your goals for the year ahead. This might be the time that you might feel like, wow, New Year's has actually started. Yes. Had a lot of retrogrades going on at the beginning of the year. Now we are here, okay? So if there's any romantic issues you need to address, this is a powerful day to make amends here. So use these energies wisely overall. On Friday, March 21st here, we have passionate energy, which makes it a really fantastic date night in the sky here. We do have some squares going on. There could be some confusion about plans and everything, but we have Venus and Aries sextiling Pluto and Aquarius. This is fun. This is spontaneous. This is just go with it. So allow this day to be very heart-centered and connections here overall. Anything with work, I would highly recommend potentially taking this day off, or just giving yourself like a hall pass to end work early this day, because we do have some squares in the sky. But early on is better for work, getting things done, tasks, everything of that sort. And later on in the day, there could be some confusion overall with some things. On Saturday, March 22nd here, this morning may feel heavy. We do have harsh aspects all day, minus later on in the evening. We have squares going on in the sky here. And this is something where it's clear for romance and creative projects at 7:07 p.m. Central Time and beyond. But after that, give yourself some time to breathe, slow down. We have the sun in Aries, which can be very reckless, impulsive action here. And then we have the moon in Capricorn, which is its sibling sign. It does not always do so well here. Capricorn moon, it's like, I will not tolerate how you speak to me impulsively, Aries sun. Be it you are an Aries sun or not, or you have that Capricorn moon placement or not, this is just the overall energy that we all could be experiencing here. Some conflict and conversations could be really, really, really frustrating on this day. So ground your energy, get some of that like fire sign energy out physically, as well as show up and do your mindfulness, your meditation on this day as well, with the moon being in Capricorn here, squaring these energies in the sky. On Sunday, March 23rd, use this day for personal empowerment and improvement. We have some gorgeous sextiles in the sky going on, as well as a trine here. And so we do have some oppositions in the morning. You might be waking up kind of confused. What is it that I'm doing today, or where is it that I'm going? But definitely use this time to heal any past wounding patterns with the square in Capricorn, squaring Chiron and Aries in the sky. This is a time to work on inner child healing. This is also taking responsibility with Saturn and Pisces squaring and sextiling, Capricorn moon here. Taking the responsibility to nurture yourself. Give yourself that motherly love that maybe you didn't get growing up, or you didn't receive growing up. Or the responsibility of how can I set myself up for success this week ahead. Then we also have Uranus in Taurus, and then the moon in Capricorn. So this could be a really great surprise emotional connection, surprise emotional intimacy, surprise emotionally healing conversation, surprise emotionally healing kind of book, or even potentially date night, whatever. It just depends on where it's transiting in your house. For those of you that are in relationships, highly recommend do something nice for your sweetie on this day, especially if they have had a struggle, or if y'all had a struggle the night before, a rough week, whatever it might be. But definitely take some time to nurture them, nurture yourself here too. The self-care tip for week 3 here: reflect on your past, really clear emotional baggage, and set the stage for future success. Also protect your energy. Like during Mercury retrogrades, I feel like, and any retrogrades, honestly, it's the time to go within. It's the time to reflect. It's the time to introspect. And a lot of people may want to add things to your calendar that we energetically don't always recognize or realize or know that's happening, but just go with me on this one. Have y'all ever noticed that Mercury retrograde specifically, and even Venus, there's a lot of people that want to just come in and take time on your calendar and just do it last minute? Like, that is the energies that I personally feel a lot of time, and professionally too. And so this is really about having good, clear boundaries over the next couple weeks or so, not adding anything new to your calendar here, because more than likely it's not going to go as planned. It's going to be more a headache than it's actually worth here, and you need to protect your energy. So maybe getting my Protect Your Energy workshop could be really good. It's like a 30-page or a 30-page PDF Word document, y'all. It is amazing with tips and tricks and different types of reflection questions and tools on how to do that. So anyway, back to you, Shameless Squad Boo. Let's talk about week number 4. Woo! Because we want more. This is a very dreamy and transformative week here. It's better than last week. It blends imagination, creating the perfect landscape for love, creativity, and transformation here. I really love this week because there's less squares going on in the sky. Honestly, if you can plan a vacation from St. Patrick's Day or the 17th through the 23rd, give yourself that time off. Mark it on your calendar now. Block it out. Just don't put any plans on the calendar if you don't have to, and really take that time for you. But on Monday and Tuesday, on Monday the 24th and Tuesday the 25th, this is a great time for brainstorming and problem solving. So let your imagination run wild. Monday the 24th, we have nothing but gorgeous aspects in the sky. We have trines, sextiles, and conjunctions all day. So this is a lot of innovative thinking and ideas with the moon in Aquarius here. You're going to have some aha moments when it comes to things that you love to do with Aries and Venus. This is taking bold action and steps on this, as well as the sun in Aries conjuncting Mercury in Aries. This could be talks of some different conversations, communications. This could also be with loved ones, family members, partners with Venus and Aries sextile sextiling the moon in Aquarius. We also have a conjunction to moon in Aquarius, to moon in, or Aquarius and Pluto here. So kind of shocking, transformation, revelations, beautiful things here. This could be about, you know, death, mystery, sex, occult wisdom, spirituality. Pay attention to your dreams this night is what I would say as well. Aquarius is really kind of that claircognizant energy, like just knowing things before they happen without explaining it, or even telepathy between people could be very strong during this time. The moon in Aquarius is also sextiling Mercury in Aries here, so there could be a lot of aha moments as well. And then we have a sextile with the moon in Aquarius and the sun in Aries, so this is a great time to work on the things that you've already started and keep going at it, okay? Again, don't add anything new to your plate, but this is a really, really great day to get things done and have a lot of fun here with the energies overall, doing what you love. As well as Tuesday, we have quincunx in the sky early or later on in the evening, but all day we have the moon in Aquarius trining Jupiter and Gemini, so expansion times 2. It may feel like it could have been slow during this time since Jupiter in Gemini is at its detriment here, but this is a trine, so use this energy starting early on in the day at 12:01 p.m. And then we have Mercury in Aries sextiling Aquarius in Pluto. So again, shocking revelations, news of something big happening, surprises here. Surprise, this job opened up. Surprise, you know, conversations, you got a promotion. Surprise, we, you know, wanted to give you this kind of award here. But Pluto is also like death and transformation. So there's surprise transformations with Aquarius being ruled by Uranus with surprise energy and revelations here. This could also be surprise people were looking out for you because that is that humanitarian Aquarius energy. This could also be surprise conversations about, you know, again, with Pluto, sex, death, transformation, rebirth, occult wisdom, whatever it might be. So use it or lose it with these energies today, baby. On Wednesday, the 26th, we do have some squares and quincunxes in the sky early on in the day, in the morning specifically, but later on we have the moon entering Pisces, so very dreamy, creative energy, great time for creative projects. But then we have Mars in Cancer squaring Chiron in Aries. So if there's any harsh conversations when it comes to loved one, family members, friends, mothers, because, you know, Cancer is ruled by mother, mom, or anything about children. If you have children here as well too, just pay attention to what you're saying, and or if you are not being honest with people, because Cancer Mars does not typically do well in that sign. You know, we have Libra at the detriment. We have Taurus and Cancer that do not do well in Mars energy, really. Taurus is slow and steady. Like, you cannot rush them, and they are so stubborn. Don't mess with the bull. You'll get the horns. And Cancer, you will get the pinchers out of them. So emotions could be going 0 to 100. So be careful about, you know, decisions that you make on this day, as well as potential conversations, especially if you have anything from your kiddos that you might be projecting from your own childhood wounding patterns here, or vice versa, anybody else doing that to you. On Thursday, March 27th, we have Venus entering Pisces here, and then we have a retrograde going on, making love and romance good for the rest of this week, but just pay attention to anything about Venus and Mercury retrograde. This is love bombing. This is exes coming back. This can also be ex family members, ex friends, ex loved ones. Like, oh my gosh, I love you and what you're doing, da 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 da, and they just want to like use you and abuse you kind of energy. Or like, oh my gosh, I think that's so great, awesome, and there's just like elitist user kind of energy, especially Venus, Mercury retrograde. Conversations, love bombing comes at an all-time high, even using you for money, your values, your self-esteem, your knowledge here, the things that you know, because Mercury is the mind here. And if they're like, how did you do this? And someone's not actually paying you for something that you know and you know your worth here, they need to be doing that overall, okay? So set and hold your boundaries, okay? This Mercury retrograde and this Venus retrograde, you know, grab my relationship inventory too, because that goes over these types of shadow energies when it comes to relationships overall, and what you need to work out, as well as to protect your energy too. But let's talk about Friday, the 18th. This is the last quarter moon, which sextiles Uranus, and the moon enters Aries later this day. But in the morning, you could have a lot of prophetic dreams with the moon in Pisces here, so definitely dream journal on this day. We have the moon in Pisces training Cancer Mars here, so creative energy, imaginative energy, taking action, making decisions on what it is you want to do and how you want to move forward here. We also have Saturn making a conjunction in Pisces to the moon in Pisces, so being responsible with your dreams, your actions, your fantasies. You might be doing visualizations in this morning time. It's a great time for that. And we have the moon in Pisces sextiling your Uranus and Taurus. So surprise about this new idea that could really be exciting or creative. Uranus is the planet of the challenger, and this is like a sextile. It's an easy flow energy. So this is kind of like there could have been some things that were challenging on Thursday this week, and now it's moving into something better that can be really changed at this time. So honestly, if you can take Wednesday, Thursday off this week and really work on Friday, because this is a great time to fix any relationship issues here as well. The moon later on this day enters Aries, which is making a conjunction to Mercury in Aries, and then sextiling Pluto and Aquarius. So great conversation time to have with people. This could also be people talking to you, sending you messages, chat about, loving energies here, as well as Pluto and Aquarius. This is also maybe changing some things up when it comes to, being vulnerable, sharing with people, transforming, having great emotional connections during this time in the evening here specifically. Let's talk about Saturday, March 29th. We have a solar eclipse and new moon energy in Aries, which is going to shake things up in the love-like arena and sector here overall. So let's talk about this specifically. There's some big changes that are on the horizon, but keep your energy very high vibe during this time. Solar eclipses really illuminate things. This is bright ideas. This is excitement here, okay? This is a time to manifest. Some people don't manifest at all with eclipses unless you are literally a master at your craft, a master manifester here. So just do what's best for you during this time here. We have all positive astrology supporting this on this day. We've got sextiles and conjunctions specifically. So a great time to really speak what you want into existence, speak your dreams, work on your goals, focus on your things, visualize and explore that a little bit more with the new moon here. And then we have Sunday the 30th, Neptune enters Aries, which is giving us a sneak peek into a new cosmic era that will unfold in 2026 here through 2026. So this is a time where this is going to be Neptune, the planet of fantasy, illusion, delusion, escapism, psyche, imagination, visualization, the mystic. Right here enters in Aries, which is the baby of the zodiac collective here. And a lot of you might be learning a lot of things about your mental health, your thinking, your dreams. And this might be something where it could be challenging because on the one hand, Aries is a cardinal sign. They like to lead, they like to step up, they like to move forward, like all cardinal signs. And Neptune can be this energy in the background that's kind of playing out where it's like, is it this? Is it that? Or with fire signs specifically in Neptune here, pay attention to anybody gaslighting you. That's one of the biggest things, excuse me, I've seen when it comes to anybody specifically having fire in a Neptune planet in their birth chart. It's like they've either dealt with a lot of gaslighting in their life or other people have gaslit them. They gaslight other people. This is just something to pay attention to. It comes up in the reading so much too, boo. So pay attention to that. The self-care tip for week 4 is embrace the transformative energy of the solar eclipse. Start fresh where needed, but do so with love and intention here overall. So that's an overview of March 2025, week to week to week. Let me know how you're feeling about this in the comments below. Does this resonate with you? And then we will go through your rising sign fortune horoscopes here with the astrology overall. Rising sign. It is the most accurate. I invite you to then after check your sun and your moon if you would like to do so here overall. Drink your water. Okay. Aries rising. Let's start with you. So March 2025, your focus is going to be on personal goal setting and moving forward. March invites you to step into your power here, specifically with the retrograde. Focus on refining your communication skills. Respond, don't react, and revisit your personal goals. Go to stayshameless.com if you want my freebie, like Shameless communication skills here. I think that could be really good for you at this time. Use the solar eclipse to manifest bold new beginnings here, especially when it comes to ideas, and take them, one step at a time. Just with the Mercury retrograde energy, new things may not fully, get off to start here, but allow this manifestation 6 months, whatever it might be, to be a big goal, big dream, big plan, new thing you want to start or create or do. and give yourself the amount of time that you really need to as well. Expect a lot of energetic shifts here and opportunities to assert yourself mid-month, especially with supportive aspects from Jupiter here. And relationships may face some challenges, so communicate things clearly. Again, stayshameless.com, free resource pop up when you go there. It's Shameless Communication Skills, Aries. Taurus risings, the focus for you this month is going to be spiritual growth. So Venus retrograde does ask you to really go within and reassess your values around love, money, self-esteem, self-love, self-worth here. This is a really good time for you specifically, Taurus, to get grounded. My personal relationship inventory could be really good for you on my shop, or even reaching out for coaching or seeking out therapy for you could be really good during this time. But this encourages introspection, especially with the solar eclipse, and going within and trusting your intuition and focusing on things within the psyche. We also have the new moon, which does encourage this as well. There might be some past issues that you could be revisiting this month that's really urging healing, Taurus. So definitely do this. Expect to feel more connected to your intuition later on this month when Venus and Jupiter align, and this can really enhance a lot of self-love and personal well-being during this time. For my Gemini rising, social connections is the focus for you this month. So old friendships, relationships could resurface. Like I said, Mercury retrograde, you're always going to feel the Mercury retrogrades a lot. You might be the person that's reaching out to a lot of different people, right, Gemini? But we also have Venus retrograde, which can also repair different past connections. But take the time to go within first to kind of figure out, how do I want to repair this? How do I want to move forward with this? How do I want to communicate this? And wait till retrograde is over, just to gain clarity and not confusion. The solar eclipse is asking you to really expand your social networks and circles during this time, which could be really fun for you. And increasing your new relationships and new social opportunities could be gaining you a lot of great connections when it comes to people in the community. As again, past connections might resurface, but just know that with everything going on at this time, your sign specifically is going to be very charismatic, very charming. You're going to be looking really good to other people out there. You're going to shine. So you're going to have a lot of opportunities for romantic pursuits and social gatherings. So congratulations, Gemini. Cancer risings. This March 2025, the focus for you is career and your public image, where your career is going to take center stage specifically. Mercury retrograde could slow down the progress a little bit, but use the solar eclipse to reflect on your ambitions and maybe reset your personal goals, check in with yourself, reflect on the past, and see how can I take some time to create this new manifestation in the future, as well as the new moon energy being heightened here, really pushing you to set bigger goals, more ambitious goals, more goals that just feel like, wow, this was a big one. And you may not always see the little details, like, the proof in the pudding or all the things in the recipe that had to go in it. And you get this big, glorious, 10-foot cake or something like that is the kind of the energy that they're showing me with this. But your career sector is going to be looking really great this time. Set those ambitious goals. A lot of you could be making a lot more money during this time too. A lot of you might just need to be cautious about Mercury retrograde with workplace communications here. People could be missing appointments, rescheduling meetings. Things could be delayed, be it if you're in sales, or just some things with like communications people not saying what they were going to do. They were going to do them. So just pay attention to that later on this month with the favorable aspects with Jupiter. And Jupiter's moving into your sign this year, Cancer. So this is something where this could enhance your visibility and your career prospects. But it is moving into your sign later on in June. So we will talk about that later on this year, potentially on my channel here too, which I'm excited about, y'all, because Cancer sun, baby. If you know, we got those pinchers out here. Leo risings. Let's talk about you. Exploration and learning are the themes for March 2025 for you specifically. So this is like your wanderlust energy. This is Venus retrograde asking you to really think about past educational pursuits, or like reflect on, wow, what have been my travel goals, my philosophy, higher education, learning, like where have I wanted to travel? Where is my soul being called to? Where do I spiritually see myself potentially being aligned to in the future? Where do I want to move? Do I want to move someplace new? But this is going to bring some clarity, the solar eclipse, on long-term goals and visions here, shining a light on new opportunities, which the new moon is also going to spark your curiosity for desire and adventure here overall. So if you do decide to travel this month, again, just give yourself extra travel time, everything like that. Just expect delays, Mercury retrograde, if you are traveling during that time specifically. So just be mindful of that. Pay attention to technology not working, communication, things of that sort as well, or being communicated to if anything changes with travel plans as well. You may also revisit certain things that you've done in the past for your education here. You might be taking up a course or just kind of thinking about some things that could help you in the future, some things that you're very genuinely curious about, interested in. You might be trying to level up in a skill, try something new here. But the 14th brings energizing aspects from Mars later on, which will expand your horizons to really share your knowledge here. So you are being encouraged to put yourself out there a little bit more, share what you've learned, share what you know, the lessons you've integrated, and like put yourself in the spotlight a little bit. Virgo risings, the focus for you this month is transformation and intimacy. So Venus retrograde is really asking you to focus in on any struggles with intimacy issues. Intimacy meaning mental, spiritual, sexual, physical, emotional, creative, crisis. Like there's so many different types of intimacy, right? This is also asking you as well, financial intimacy or financial issues might come to the forefront where you are being challenged to kind of change some things or reflect on your financial goals for the future. The solar eclipse is also asking you to really hone in on deep emotional healing during this time. Anything in the psyche, anything that's been mysterious, anything that you have not been vulnerable about, anything that you've been kind of scared to move forward with. So again, a good time for you to also seek maybe counseling, therapy, coaching, whatever it is that might be helpful for you, spiritual teachers, healers, everything like that. The new moon will invite transformation to your intimacy and shared resources, partnership sector here. Mercury retrograde might bring up old wounds over the surface here. Again, this could be from triggers from the past, inner child healing, grief and loss, things of that sort too. So just really take care of yourself this month. Jupiter's influence around the 19th encourages really a lot of open discussions and desires about intimate partnerships, relationships, friendships, everything like that. So I do see you being a little bit more vulnerable this month, my Virgo risings. Libra risings, let's talk about you, Bill. The focus this month is really on your relationships overall. So Venus retrograde is going to help a lot of you heal old wounds here, be it with the relationship, more so with others, but internally, like that's going to manifest externally for yourself. So a lot of you might be healing past traumas, generational traumas, curses, wounding patterns that had occurred in relationships, friendships, business partnerships, whatever. And the solar eclipse might ignite new partnerships or kind of revitalize this for you, business or love, or revitalize an existing partnership. This could be a lot of new opportunities with that as well too. But this does have a lot of avenues open up for you in relationships this month. This is really a time during Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde. Go within, work on your relationship sector, focus in on some reevaluation of dynamics, maybe getting my relationship inventory. There is a relationship assessment in there. So it's not like, no, we're going to rank people like on the circles. That's not what it is. It's literally about assessing and reflecting and thinking and seeing, what relationships do I need to work on during this time here. There could be a lot of aha moments with deep connections as Venus aligns with Jupiter. So revelations where it's really expanding like these thoughts about relationships in your mind here. And I feel like you are going to be changing some things in regards of relationship with others and the relationship with yourself. My Scorpio rising. So March 2025 invites you to focus on your daily routine and health during this time. It's time to prioritize you, boo. If you have not prioritized yourself this year when it comes to physical health specifically, routines, everything like that, it's okay. We got the New Year's this month, so that checks out. Mercury retrograde might be thrown off your schedule a little bit, but the solar eclipse is going to help you build these sustainable habits week to week, month to month. The new moon is also urging you to set intentions regarding your health and daily routines. This might also be daily routines around pets, coworkers, colleagues, work just in general too. So really make sure you aren't overworking work-wise during this time, and make sure you are focusing in on your self-care during this time. Revisit any past health practices for the betterment that worked really well for you, the body you are in. You are not your body. I don't know if you need to remember that, remind yourself of that. I am not my body. I am not whatever. This is a vessel, right? This is just what your soul chose to reincarnate as here. So maybe even telling that to the mind and mastering your mind during this time here. But this could also be a great opportunity for collaboration in work relationships around the 14th, which enhances productivity in working relationships. Jeez, maybe I can't talk. I'm already feeling these Mercury retrograde energies as I'm speaking into this video, y'all. Careful of tripping over your words, Scorpios. Maybe you're tripping over your words during this time and you just can't get things out. And you're like, why? Sagittarius risings. Let's talk about you, boo. March 2025, I love this energy for you, Sag, is really focusing on your creativity, your romance. March is all about rekindling your creative spark. Use Venus retrograde to reflect on past reflections with love and with money. I love this because, this is going through a house of creativity and random surprises with money for you specifically. So this solar eclipse is going to really inspire you to enjoy romance, self-expression, how you put yourself out there. Take center stage here. The new moon is going to spark a lot more creativity and romance here, inviting fresh experiences of love. This can also inspire work surprises as well too. Mercury retrograde might lead into past romantic interests resurfacing here. Pay attention to that. Anybody, reaching out to you, past hookup, friends with benefits, buck buddies, things of that sort specifically. For some of you, if you've cut your kids off, they've cut you off, there's a tumultuous relationship, that could be significant. They could be coming back around to you, whatever. Just take what resonates with you. But later on this month brings in a wave of confidence here to have you shine in creative pursuits. Okay, Capricorn risings. I am one of you, boo. What's up, Cappies? So let's talk about our March 2025 astrology fortune here. Our focus this month is really on home and family. So focus on home and family matters this month is going to be really, 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 really important for us. Venus retrograde really encourages us to reconcile any personal relationships, family members, generational curses, trauma, wounding patterns, whatever. And the solar eclipse signals new beginnings in your living space, home, family, friendships, whatever. So this could be moving to a new home. This could be thinking about, money investments with Venus retrograde. Do I love where I live? Do I love where I am? Things of that sort. March's new moon really has us focus on home and family matters, so prompting new beginnings in domestic life, maybe splitting up tasks, routines, chores, getting rid of stuff, cleansing stuff, or maybe new stuff is coming in because new moon is about things that you might be bringing in, and full moons are things that you might be celebrating, and also at the end of the cycle before the new moon, it's about releasing. Mercury retrograde is also asking us to reflect on family dynamics, so this will bring us a lot of clarity later on in the month when it comes to lingering family issues. This is a great time to work on relationships. Honestly, this March, we move from Pisces season, who loves to be loves in the collective, into Aries season. And we typically, who is the one that is moving forward, marching to the beat of their own drum, right? So it's this time where I personally see a lot of people collectively go through breakups, as well as friendship breakups, family member breakups, romantic, whatever, right? So getting the relationship inventory on my channel could be really good for you, Capricorn rising. If that is of interest to you, there's a lot of great resources in there too. Aquarius risings, let's talk about you. Communication takes center stage this month. The astrology is really asking you to focus on communication as well as your communities here overall. Be careful with Mercury retrograde. It may cause some misunderstandings here. So pay attention to text messages, phone calls, emails, what you're writing, what you're speaking into existence here, how you're talking to yourself, how you're talking to your neighbors, how you're talking to others in the community here, okay? The solar eclipse really urges you to share your ideas with authenticity and creativity. If you are on social media, now is a good time for this overall, or plan ahead for this. Again, Mercury retrograde here. There might be something from the past that you did and you might redo it and you might re-put it out there and it goes viral. This is kind of like revisiting things of the past that maybe you've already put out there on social media and sharing it again or something, or just even sharing old tips or recycling. This is kind of like the recycle energy of when this is going through this house specifically of communication technology and neighborhoods. There could be conversations that you're noticing, wow, I'm having this conversation again with this person, even siblings as well too. So again, the relationship inventory could be really good for you on my channel here to reassess and reevaluate, especially with Venus retrograde here as well, with love and money and all sorts of things with that. The new moon really also wants you to refine your ideas here. And later on this month, there's a lot of opportunities for networking and expressing your thoughts and social connections. So congratulations, Aquarius. Pisces risings, last but not least, this month, the theme for you is all about finances and values. So March really asks you to reassess your financial goals, spending habits, values, and love and relationships here. So Venus retrograde will potentially bring up unresolved issues around self-worth. So if you need to seek a coach for, self-esteem, self-love, self-compassion, the self, whatever it might be, this could be a really great time for you to do that, or even relationships here as well. With this going through, your Venus house during this time and Venus retrograding specifically, grab that relationship inventory. The solar eclipses really does pave the way for prosperity for you though. So get really grounded, really clear, really concise on what you spend your energy on, your money, right? And how that can help you moving forward and other people. And this is something where, Pisces, there could be from the past, like effort moments that you might be thinking about with how you spend your money. And now the universe is asking you, well, let's think about consciously spending, how we're consciously spending. Is this a need or is this a want? And is this a real want or is it a fake want? And is this a need or is this masking as an actual want? And I'm just telling myself it's a need, but it's a fake need. You know what I mean? So really gain clarity, maybe journal some of those questions, come back to that if you need to revisit these questions overall for reflection. But the new moon really highlights financial matters, encouraging you to set intentions around money management, love, self-esteem, what you actually value here too. So this is a really great time for you to move forward on some of these things, as well as seek potentially help or guidance from people in the community, and spend your money wisely here. We're in the age of Aquarius, where it's like when we spend money, it's not on these little cheap things anymore, the stuff that we have in our home. Like we're shedding, we're releasing specifically because we moved out of your sign, the age of Pisces here, right? As well as out of the age of Capricorn, with things being very traditional, structured, things need to be a certain way. I need to have this, I want this, for this reason. And now it's no, you might be giving stuff to other people in a sense that this thing could help that person here, right? Or something that you learned, you might just share with other people. Moving forward. Later on in the month here, you might be revisiting past financial decisions, and the 19th really brings opportunities for abundance as Jupiter aligns later on this month overall. So how are y'all feeling about these rising sign horoscopes here? Let me know in the comments below. Let's shuffle out a tarot card here, the deck here overall. One of my favorite ones that I've gotten in the past year, and it's just so freaking beautiful and it shuffles so nicely. But March 2025, this is your astrology fortune here, and let's see what the most important message is for the collective, please, Spirit. March 2025 here. Okay. We had Page of Cups. Love this. So this is really nurturing yourself. This is the inner child healing that I was saying from childhood. We have Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This could be healers out there that y'all might be seeing because, water signs are typically the healers, the helpers, the ones that have a lot of energy to give, emotionally hold space here. Again, you could be Pisces born in March here that I'm talking to in this read as well. But the Page of Cups specifically is being able to create. This is being able to go and do things artistically, creatively. It's also about this loving connection with yourself and being spiritually guided and aligned during this time. There could be a lot of conversations that are healing during this month, since pages are messengers in the tarot specifically, around something that could be really helpful for you or other people here. King of Cups in the reverse and Six of Pentacles in the reverse and Queen of Cups. Yeah, this could be something where it's a lot of water sign here, okay? Or maybe you had a bad relationship with the dad here, father figure, parent, King of Cups in the reverse, or mother figure. It does not have to be divine masculine energy, just in general. And it hasn't been a give and take type of relationship. Maybe someone older than you, but there might also be some of you that are nurturing a better connection, maybe with a parent, a caregiver, a loved one here. Or this is you seeking help in therapy, coaching. This is the psychic, this is the healer, this is the spiritualist card here overall, where you can move past some of these wounding patterns from a younger age here specifically. So I love that energy is coming up in the cards. How are y'all feeling about this overall? Let me know in the comments below. And if anything resonated with you, drop a heart or smash that like button to help this get out to more people, because then it just says I should keep doing these videos, and it's completely free to you overall. But I love all of you. I'm wishing you a beautiful March 2025 here. Have lots of fun, and also go within, take some time off if you need to to like breathe here a little bit. And make sure to watch the other videos on my channel here to just get the day-to-day picture on my shorts of what's going on with the daily horoscopes that I'm doing this year for the collective here. So thank you all so much for your likes, your subscribes, your donations, your shares, your comments. You don't know how much I appreciate and love each and every single one of you. I'm so grateful for all of you. And those of you that are new, I would love to have you be a part of my Shameless squad. So smash that subscribe button. And as always, stay tuned for more and stay shameless.